Sports right now on the bottom line.
And here we go. That's right. It is Thursday, July 14th.
Had to think about it for a second. I didn't mean to call you out.
No, but it is true. I had to think about it. 2022, Ermanni and Edwards, bottom line, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Man, good afternoon, my friend. It feels so much better. I had my allergy meds last night. I had them this morning. I had them this afternoon, so I feel much better than I did yesterday. My apologies to people that were listening at home.
Oh, you sounded great,
I'm
Bray.
in the
You don't
game
need to
today.
apologize.
I feel good. Ryan, I'm just having the damnedest time getting back into my Apple ID, which I finally did, but now you got to set the phone up. Why the hell does the process take so long?
It's so funny because Braylon's over here, Maz, with his new phone. He's been without a phone for a couple of days. The
2
cracked
years,
screen. He's got this going on. He's got that going on. So he's got the new phone over here. When you get the new phone, you automatically have to set aside everything you're doing.
Every minute of the hour of the day.
Yeah.
To
That's
attach
your best
the phone.
friend now. That's
It
your
is.
best friend.
And then, it never stops. It's like once you first start, you got to pick a language. Then after you pick the language, you got to pick manual. You try to set it up.
Talk to Siri.
You try to get smart. You try to set it up automatically. Hey, just connect to this laptop. Then it can't connect to the laptop. Then you go manual. Then you got to do Face ID. Then your face doesn't work. My beard's a little bit shorter than it used to be. It's too much.
And then how many times do you have to go back into the individual apps and put your passwords back in?
Man.
I don't know what my password is on anything. I use the Face ID now, and if I don't have the Face ID, then I have to do forgot password because you got 20,000 different passwords because of all the different regulations. Well, you need an uppercase and lowercase. This one you need a number. This one you need a special character. Are you kidding me? It's
I got
enough.
to download all the apps that I have first because I had to reset the phone that I got. I had to reset it. So now I got to download all the apps. I got to put in, like he said, Ryan, I got to put in all the passwords. I got to remember the passwords. And then it's two-step verification. It's just, the process is too much.
Hey, my American Express card caught somebody trying to do a little business, the little monkey business.
Get out of
here!
here.
The other day, someone tried to do a little Amazon Prime shopping on my American
Were they on
Express
Are
card.
you kidding me?
Yeah,
They
but
on live
Amex
listen?
caught them right away.
Wow.
They knew something was rotten.
Did they give you the amount of purchase that they were trying to
Yeah,
get through?
they were trying to hit me for like $145.67.
Really?
But American Express knew it, and I said, "How'd you guys know it?" They said the first thing they noticed was you don't charge anything from Amazon Prime on your American Express card. I have a special card for that. So that's the first step. So they didn't let they didn't let the payment go through right away, and then now I have to go through everything else. But I got my new card ready.
Look at that.
How about that, huh?
Incredible stuff. We got Fletcher Flannel in the house today as well. Braylon, very excited about today's show. Inky Johnson is going to join us.
Man, hell of a guy.
At the top of hour number 2. And I'll tell you, if you don't know who Inky Johnson is, do yourself a favor. And I mean that in all sincerity. Your life will be better when you introduce yourself to Inky Johnson. Former college football player on the precipice of being a first-round pick in the NFL, had a life-altering injury on the football field, and instead of letting that be the determining factor on how his life was going to go, he decided, no, that's not how I'm going to be defined. He has turned himself into, and always was, but the world is now seeing, the great motivation that he has provided, the great inspiration that he has provided. He said, yes, I am paralyzed in my arm and my hand, but my heart and my mind are not paralyzed. So he goes, he speaks to just about every championship team that you'll ever imagine.
Hall of Fame players go to him. Megatron speaks to him regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing what this guy has done with his life. It's not for everybody. I mean, a lot of people would go down a different way. This guy goes up.
You know, he talks a lot too, Braylon, about your circumstances do not determine who you are or what you're going to be. Your decisions determine that. And he's very adamant about it because he does not come from the greatest situation. 16 people in a house. His mother, or 12 people in a house. His mother was 16 when she had him. I mean, he goes up and down the line, got to sleep in a bed once a week. And there were 6 in the bed when he got to sleep. You know, it's amazing One of the questions I want to ask him is when you see people complain, able-bodied people complain, or just anybody complain, what is your message to them? Because we have so many people that are just inherently negative thinkers, negative people. We don't have access to people like Inky Johnson every day of the week.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for this interview.
I'm wondering if I can get him just to talk to my mom.
I'm excited. If you look it up, I don't know how you pronounce his middle name. It could be Cade. But as it said, if you take off Inky, it's Chad Johnson. Would explain why he's so inspirational.
Yeah, that's right. Chad Johnson, of course, our fearless leader here at Woodward Sports and the Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, and a lot of other things as well. So we'll do that top of hour number 2. Beer Man is well going to join us in that second hour.
He's inspirational.
Very inspirational to some. Beer Man will give you a winner or two. It's a little bit of a dead period now. I mean, you've got baseball, and that's about it.
He's got some golf winners, he said.
Ooh, British Open.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods. Is Tiger Woods, did that just say +5?
He was +4 after 4 to start the day. And then it said even. So I don't know if I read that wrong, but he was +4 after 4. So we have to take a look at that.
The leader is -8 right now. Young. I don't know who Young is, but Young, that's his name. We're watching it
I
here.
know number 2 is.
Rory McIlroy, 2 shots back, shot at 666 today. So there you have that. Braylon, we're going to talk a lot of NFL football today.
Finally, it's getting close.
We are, but I do want to start with hockey.
Let's do it.
Believe it or not.
No, let's do it.
I don't talk a lot of hockey. We don't talk a lot of hockey. You would probably talk a little bit more hockey if it wasn't for me. Maz, I know you would talk a lot more hockey if you could.
You think?
It is not my forte. I love the Red Wings. Those teams, those championship teams growing up was amazing. It is not my forte, but I looked around this morning and, talking about the winners and losers of yesterday's free agent frenzy that began, and website upon website, expert after expert, said that the big winner was the Detroit Red Wings and Steve Yzerman. If you're watching on YouTube right now, these are the signings that Steve Yzerman and the Detroit Red Wings negotiated yesterday. But let me just read for you, Braylon, if I could.
Please do.
What ESPN.com wrote about Steve Yzerman. General Manager Steve Yzerman put in work on Wednesday, signing a haul of players on solid contracts. And then, listed off all the players that are coming over. The newcomers up front will join Lucas Raymond, Tyler Bertuzzi, and Dylan Larkin to make the Red Wings look suddenly much more formidable. That could also go a long way in keeping Larkin and Bertuzzi interested in remaining Red Wings long term, as both players unrestricted after the 2022-2023 season. Yzerman obviously showing that Detroit won't be a pushover in the stacked Atlantic Division. Will that help get Larkin and Bertuzzi extended sooner? There's been some rough seasons for the Red Wings, but winning helps everything. Yzerman's moves on Wednesday will make Detroit far more competitive, exciting, and potentially explosive for the coming season and beyond. My question to you...
They say explosive?
Explosive.
I love hearing that.
My question to you, and I've said this before, I do believe the Detroit Lions will win a playoff game before the Red Wings, Tigers, and Pistons win a playoff series.
Okay.
Think about that for a second. I'm not going to say it again.
That's like winning a series.
Yes. But is there any doubt that Steve Yzerman will lead the Detroit Red Wings to a Stanley Cup championship? Because I have no doubts.
There's none. People can talk about what he did in Tampa Bay, and everybody says, well, Tampa Bay was a winning franchise before that. The last Stanley Cup they had won before that was 2003, 2004. It took them a very long time to get back to prominence and get back to back-to-back Stanley Cups, and then their third appearance this year in which they lost to, as we saw, the Avalanche. But that's his nature. That's how he is. He rebuilt that team, and you saw what they did. You even saw them this year, a team that you're like, hey, they don't have a chance. And here they are in the finals again against the Avalanche. I think he's doing the same thing here, but like we talked about with Brad Holmes, like we talked about with Troy Weaver, they're not going after just everybody. Because I was looking it up. I think that the best free agent in the draft this year, free agency, I was a little upset but I got to take it back because I trust Stevie Y, was Johnny Judot, who just signed with the Columbus Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Now, I was pissed because I'm like, if he went to Columbus, I know we could have had him here. But then as you pay attention to the players that we're getting, he's getting players that one or two-way players. He's getting players that'll fit in with the stars that we have now. And he's also getting players that may want to extend their contracts. But first who's got to get extended is the stars that we already have. I think he's doing it the right way, and I think the Red Wings are on to something. I think they will be the first of the four, especially the three, to win the championship.
I agree with you there. And here's the best thing about hockey, right? An 8 seed could win the Stanley Cup. No 8 seed in the NBA is winning the Stanley Cup.
Unless there was an injury. Like the Nets where Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving come back. You know, they don't play the regular season, and then they come back for the playoffs.
Well, they kind of did for the Nets this year, and the Nets still were crap in the playoffs. No NBA 8 seed is winning. They're not. NFL, a team that sneaks in a wild card, there's a possibility.
Steelers.
There's a possibility. Yeah, there's no question there. And NFL is a lot tighter team.
It is.
Even in baseball, you know, I'm kind of going back on my word here. Baseball wild card could sneak in and win it all as well. They're going to be really good, man. It's getting excited. You know what? The other day, someone put up a poll. Will the Red Wings? It was the heavyweights. Will the Red Wings make the playoffs this year? And I voted no. I'm changing my vote. They make the playoffs this year. I'm saying they make the playoffs this year.
It just appears that it's not if, it's when the Detroit Red Wings are going to win the Stanley Cup championship again. Doesn't it feel like that? And the reason I say that is because Steve Yzerman has done it. Yeah. You know, Brad Holmes and Al Avila certainly, and Troy Weaver, they haven't done it. We like what they're doing, sans Avila. We like what Brad Holmes is doing. We like what Troy Weaver's doing. But they never actually built a championship team before. Steve Yzerman has.
And that's the thing about it, too. You got 2 levels to that. The one level of it is this. He was here when the Red Wings were trash. He helped build that organization with Scotty Bowman and obviously some other players, D-Mac, our own, being one of those guys. But he helped build it as a player. And then he turns around and does it with a different organization in the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he does it as a GM and a front office guy. He's done it at both levels. He's done it as a player. He's done it as a front office guy. Now he's back in that same city that he got off the ground in the late 80s, early 90s. He is on par to do something special as a GM of a team that's his.
Very exciting stuff. Then the next question becomes, okay, when? Right? If the answer isn't if, it is when. How long does the perfect rebuild take? Ooh. I'll let you know where our teams are along that track, how long they should be. So if you had to say now when you expect the Detroit Red Wings to win a Stanley Cup championship, when you expect the Detroit Lions to compete for a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl, same with the Tigers or the Pistons, how long should that perfect rebuild take? Feel free to join us in the YouTube chat. We'll do that next. Inky Johnson, top of the hour. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. It is no secret that new cars are hard to come by, but they are available at Les Stanford. Got to make a plan, though. Allocation coming in for lease or purchase of new vehicles. Also, keep them in mind when it comes to body shop work, service center work. My Tahoe right now at the body shop after having a construction truck who was driving in front of me paint the entire car, essentially, as it was painting the road. That paint was coming back.
What a guy.
Are you kidding me? No doubt about it.
You should have called me.
We will be there Wednesday, July 27th, as that new Corvette Z06 is going to be on hand on display at Les Stanford. We invite you out there on Michigan Avenue in Dearborn. That is Wednesday, July 27th. For more, visit LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them.
Find them.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Hey, we got 56 days to NFL season starts. We're excited about it. We're talking about best ball, fantasy drafts, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you guys check us out at 4:30 at the Woodward Bets YouTube page. Hey, listen, you also got to make sure you check out oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates. The best place to check all the odds of the sports books right in the palm of your hand. Hey, let's get to some winners. That's all we know we want. Listen, what we're going to do here today, we're rolling with the Braves. They got old Dusty Anibal Sanchez coming back for the Nats. Nats just 1-12 the last 13 games. Sounds good to me. Let's roll Braves minus 1.5. Oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. Check it out.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Woodward Sports, Alta, and the American Cancer Society present The Big Dig, Saturday, July 16th at 275 East Highland in Howell, Michigan. The Big Dig allows children of all ages a hands-on, immersive introduction into the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. Alta's professionals will help put you in the driver's seat. Bring the whole family for The Big Dig, July 16th in Howell.
Woohoo! Woodward Sports Network, Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey. Having a lot of fun here on a Thursday. Thank you so much.
Birmingham is great.
It's a great place
Can
to
I
be.
say something? Let me jump into something real quick. It's always great to be able to come to a place. It doesn't have to be a workplace. It can be, wherever you find friends or wherever you find coworkers. I guess that would make it a workplace. That's just good to be around. That you call friends, that you call
Good
brothers,
people.
that you call sister. Because it's been a very interesting week for me. Let's say it's been a very interesting week dealing with death, Coach Moeller and some other players that died in Michigan, dealing with some own medical issues, just dealing with some small things, and to come here and just get on pace. To get back and to relax, to have a smile, and to talk about something other than what you go through. It also makes help dealing with what you go through a lot easier. So it's nothing like being here with you guys. Love you guys, man. It's a great show. My man Sam, Fletch over here in the window, Maz, you're my brother as well as Ryan. It's a fun place to be, man.
Makes you think of the great line from Rocky 1 when Rocky's talking to Little Marie, and he says, you hang around good people, you do good things. You hang around bad people, you do bad things.
And what you tell him?
It's so simple, and it's so true.
And what you tell him? F you, Rock.
No, it says, screw you, Rocky.
Yeah, whatever. Right.
That's so good. Guys, I wanted to do this because all of our teams are in quote-unquote rebuilds. I mean, they might tell you they're in recharging mode or reloading mode. They're in freaking rebuilds. How long does a rebuild take? Watching the Tigers, they suck again. I mean, it's just so miserable to watch the Tigers. I don't watch the Tigers anymore.
It's tough.
You just look at the score. I look at this is what I do with the Tigers now. This is what it's come to. I look at the score of the game, and then I go to Riley Green's box score. That's where I'm at.
That's about it.
That's where I'm at with the Tigers.
Here's what I do. I put on the Tiger game. I look at the score. I listen for a second.
I can't. Well,
and
never mind.
then I flip on 258, which is MLB Network.
Uh-huh.
If they have a game on, I'll watch that. If not, I'll flip on another channel, watch a game there. Last night, Dodgers and Cardinals, 6-0 Cardinals in the sixth. Dodgers come back and win the game in the ninth.
How many times have they, as well as the Yankees and the Stros, done that this season?
Do you know I'm falling for that Dodgers team?
How could you not?
I hate them, but they're fun to watch.
It's like an all-star team.
That's baseball.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Holy
fun.
crow.
You watch the Yankees, who had all-star teams for years and years, and even this year as well. The thing about the Tigers is I'm only tuning in to watch how good they play defense. I know they're going to lose, but their defense is excellent. Jonathan Scope,
I can't even watch that.
Jonathan Scope made one of the best plays I've seen this year in defensive position, and Javi Baez made two games ago a play. That's all I watch for is defense.
I can't even watch that.
You have to be in the minority for that because I don't know how many people watch baseball for defense.
Yeah.
They make some great plays because that means I'm seeing good offense on the other side.
Right. Well, and look, a lot of what they're trying to do with baseball is because of this defense that everybody's playing. Major League Baseball doesn't want it.
No.
They're going to go NFL style, and they're going to make every rule possible to enhance the offense for baseball, much like the NFL.
The wide receiver,
the NFL has allowed every rule to go in favor of a quarterback in terms of a wide receiver, everything like that.
As you said, if you notice, from 2010 to 2022, I'm talking a lot less holds on offensive linemen because they want those quarterbacks to stay safe and get those passes down the field.
how long does a perfect rebuild take? And this really started in my mind because of the Tigers. Al Avila in his 7th year, essentially, trying to remake and rebuild this Tigers team. And I do feel like they are on the precipice of another such rebuild. Because I don't know, you've got Torkelson, we think. I mean, you're not going to give up on the kid after this year.
No.
But you've got Riley Green, works. You've got Javier Baez.
He's not going anywhere with that money.
Baez is not a rebuild guy.
No, I know he's not a rebuild guy, but I'm just talking about players that are going to be on your team for a little while.
Yeah, Scooble. Also, Akil Badu. It's another guy.
But, I mean, look at this.
So let me ask you a question because I can't wait to answer this question. I can't wait to hear your
Great Tiger
answer.
logo.
When are we starting these actual rebuilds? So for like the Red Wings, they wouldn't even be year 7. Would they honestly be?
The Red Wings would be year 3.
Okay.
The Detroit
Lions,
Pistons. It's been 14 years since they've won a championship, but honestly, it's about a year and a half since Troy Weaver took over.
I give you 3
I understand.
Killian Hayes.
Okay.
I'll give you Killian.
Okay, 2 years.
Okay.
For the Pistons, but again, the rebuild doesn't work one time, so then you hire the next guy. That rebuild doesn't work. So you hire the next guy. Everybody has seemed to do that except the frickin' Tigers. They just keep the same guy, letting them rebuild over and over.
There's a good comment on YouTube. It was like, how does Ilitch have Steve Yzerman piloting the Red Wings and have Al Avila piloting the Tigers?
Because it shows you who he cares about. It shows you who the Ilitch family cares about.
Can I answer that?
Yeah, that's why
truthfully. It's easy. It's an easy call to have Steve Yzerman run the team. He's one of the most beloved figures in the history of the city of Detroit, period. Not just sports, but you think of Steve Yzerman, you think fondly, you think champion. Yeah. Very easy.
You get goosebumps.
It's the easy thing to do. He wanted to come back here. Everybody wanted him here. It was a slam dunk. Al Avila. Oh, man, Al Avila's been Dave Dombrowski's right-hand guy everywhere he's been. He's done this. I mean, Dave Dombrowski's had success everywhere he's gone, so Al Avila's going to have that same success. It was the easy thing to do, and now it's the easy thing to keep him. I mean, it's just easy. It's easy to have Al Avila lead the Tigers. It is easy.
There's a lot of look how many complaints there are about the teams. The easy thing to do is fire him.
No, because then who are you going to hire?
I don't mean to take a guy's job away. I'm sure Al's a great guy. But I'm sorry, he's failed.
But you may not get the hire that you want because everybody wants Theo Epstein, right? I mean,
Theo Epstein. A Theo Epstein. They're out there.
Okay, if there is a Theo Epstein, great. You have to, A, identify him or know or at least have people in your organization that can advise you. I'm not expecting, look, Mike Ilitch and Chris Ilitch get compared all the time. Mike Ilitch doesn't know who the next
Dave Dombrowski
is.
Yeah.
But he probably had people around him that did. I don't know that Chris Ilitch has that person around him.
I think, too.
To identify who the next Theo Epstein is. I don't know. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I don't know that he does either.
Yeah, and also to piggyback off what Ryan said, I think it's easy when you have a guy who's arguably the greatest player in your team's history, and then he gets into the front office, and then you see him rebuild a front office, and you remember how well you treated him, talking about Steve Yzerman and the Red Wings, and he wants to come back home. Sometimes it's kind of easy. You talking the former players that have done this before. Shout out to Woodward Sports. Yeah. The Detroit Tigers have done it with Trammell, as well as who's the other the manager, the other skip that we had. Like,
Jim Leland?
It's years
Brad
ago.
Ausmus?
Brad Ausmus. Like, those guys, they weren't good. They weren't good at what they did. How often do you get a guy that not only is he a storied guy in your franchise history and also damn good at his second career with his front office? That doesn't happen too often. Joe Dumars is probably a guy that did it for a little while. He had some success. It's tough to get those type of guys that are former players and then can come back and do it in the front office.
And let's be honest, Tom. They're not going to hire Theo Epstein because it would cost too much money.
It shouldn't take 8 years in baseball.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't take 31 years in football.
No.
31 years.
Again, this is year 2 for him, right? Or year 3. Going into his second year, right? going second year, not third year, second year. Brad Holmes.
It's the second year.
I'm sorry, I have to lump all the rebuilds
I agree,
together.
and I think this is an accurate graphic.
Yeah.
This is an accurate graphic.
And I have to put the Pistons 14 years.
1,000%.
They won one playoff game in that 14 years.
1,000%. I agree with this graphic. This is how long it is. But if you break it down a little bit further,
Football, rebuild, 4 years max. 4 years.
I say you want to answer when we get back.
Answer it next, and give me a year when you expect these teams to win a championship. We'll do it next. Ermanni and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network. But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It is no secret that we broadcast our show live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's here in Birmingham, Michigan, 15 in Woodward. Come see us. Get a precision haircut from a talented stylist. All you got to do is walk in, sign in, sit down. Before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Ooh-wee! Lady Jane's, over 100 locations nationwide, many of them locally here in the Metro Detroit area. Come on and see us 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new Field House. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
OddsTrader.com is the number one site for your game day bets, play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price for every game in multiple sports books. Go to OddsTrader.com for your best bets. Simply put, OddsTrader is just the best.
We're sitting here talking about, when is the perfect rebuild? How long does it take? Is there a year that jumps off the page at you for the first championship? I saw somebody that was in our YouTube chat a little while ago that has been screaming 2025 for the Detroit Red Wings. That sounds fair.
Yeah.
Another 3 years. That sounds totally fair. David E. Walker says 5 years.
Now when we say rebuild, are we going from the time that we were a high draft picking team to a playoff win, or are we going to just making the playoffs? When is it
compete realistically having a chance to win a championship?
I think it's 3 off seasons and 3 drafts. I think it's 3 off seasons and 3 drafts. Because if you look at football, you look at basketball, when you get a team, literally the head coach is going to be named sometime between November and January. Mm-hmm. That gives him time to hit the ground running with free agency. That gives him his first NFL draft. And then that gives him 2 more after that, 2 more free agencies and 2 more drafts. But not to mention, there will be some players on that team that you inherit. So I think 3 drafts, 3 free agencies is fair.
What sport you want to start with?
So I'm looking at the NBA now.
Okay, Pistons, 14 years.
14 years.
I don't want to make the play-in game. To me, that's not a complete rebuild.
When are they like the Boston Celtics?
I want them to win a series.
Yeah. I want them to do more than that. I'm talking about
win a series and be the next it team in the East.
Ultimately, you're in this business to win a championship.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's been 14 years since their last championship. But again, for Troy Weaver, it's been about 2 years. He's going into his 3rd year, right?
Yep.
Sounds about right.
I expect them to compete for a championship after 2 more years. So that would be 3 years. So that would be 5 years.
Okay.
That'd be 5 years. Now, I say that, but the first team that came to mind that had the perfect rebuild took 7 years to win a championship.
Warriors.
That was the Golden State Warriors. They drafted Steph Curry. They drafted Klay Thompson. They drafted Draymond Green. They had a
Harrison
coaching
Barnes.
change. They added a couple. Drafted Harrison Barnes. Iguodala, free
Bogut.
agent, trade. So
They got themselves a great coach.
So think about this in terms for the Pistons as well. So they draft Steph Curry in 2009, Golden State. When they drafted Steph Curry, they had 3 losing seasons in a row with Steph Curry. Made the playoffs in the 4th, made the playoffs in the 5th, and then won the championship in the 6th year. Sorry.
Nice.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 years. I said 5.
Right.
Golden State won it in 6 years. I think that's a fair, reasonable rebuild for an NBA
And if
team.
I'm not
6
mistaken
years.
about that, not to cut you off, if I'm not mistaken about that, they kept their same GM and same front office throughout all that. They just switched coaches.
Yep.
So that's a rare situation. It means that they hired the GM first. The GM was locked at the hip with the owners. That's one of the best franchises in the league. They're lock and step. You never see them make differences of opinion. You never see them come out against each other. They've been like that since before.
He's a stud, their GM.
100%. Without a doubt, he is. So they locked step with him. That means that they were on the same page. So they had Mark Jackson there, essentially, had Monte Ellis, had those guys. And then they said, okay, it's going in the right direction, but what needs to change? We'll get rid of the coach. So that's what I'm saying. That is the perfect rebuild. Is that the situation that you might see with the Detroit Pistons? And, hey, we're building it up the right way. These are the players we want. We got Jalen Durham. We got Jaden Ivey. We pick up Cade Cunningham. We'll get some usage out of Killian Hayes. Maybe Dwayne Casey's not the guy, but we can use him till we can't use him anymore.
Could they have won with Mark Jackson?
No, because it was something about, and from this is what
I'm a big fan of his. That's why I asked.
this old school guy, Big East, yeah, exactly, New York guy, Big East guy.
I don't think Lindsey liked him. Lindsey Hunter.
You know what a lot of people say about Mark Jackson? I have some people that are in the know.
Yeah.
They say he's one of them old school guys. Like the way he coaches, like curse at you, yell at you, the way he talk, is downright just degrading sometimes.
Really?
But that's how they were back in the 70s and
Right.
80s, and that's what he grew up in. Red Johns, St. John's. Yeah, that's how they grew up in that era. So he was bringing that. And he also brought a lot of religion, which that was frowned upon.
So
as well,
cursing
too.
and religion. Okay.
That's I'm telling you, that's what the consistency is. That the people I know have told me that. People I don't know, I've heard that
Yeah.
from them. So I mean, somebody can't be lying.
No, I hear you. I heard the religion part.
Perfect rebuild in the NFL.
Because Steph don't look like somebody you can be like, look, MFer, you better shoot it this way. F you, I wait for Steve Kerr.
Perfect rebuild in the NFL, to me, 3 years. Now, Cincinnati got it done in 2 years. I look at what the Buffalo Bills have done since they got Josh Allen in 2018. I mean, they had a chance to win the Super Bowl last year in year 3. Certainly have the chance to win the Super Bowl in year 4 this year.
That's a perfect team. To
That's a
look at.
perfect team.
I think the perfect rebuild in the NFL, and that's not a bad one. I'm not taking that away from you. There are other good ones. It's a damn good one, especially considering they got there. Especially considering they were an offsides away from winning the Super Bowl. I think Seattle Seahawks. I think what Pete Carroll did.
That's great.
I think bringing in Marshawn Lynch, getting rid of the bad too, like Mike Williams, getting rid of some of those guys, knowing the right players to keep. He kept Michael Benton. He made Michael Robinson, turned him into a fullback. Then he said we got to go draft the quarterback. 2012, which is 3 years after he's been there, you draft the quarterback, and then they won the Super Bowl in 2014. I think Seattle Seahawks and what Pete Carroll did, I think that was the perfect rebuild.
But us Lion fans want to look at one team, and that's the Bengals.
Yeah, because it's down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
they
now.
want to look at that.
Yeah.
Was pretty quick. Hey, Bengal fans. Hey, Bengals. That was pretty damn quick.
That's because it happened around the same time that we were getting rid of Stafford.
Yeah.
Like he gets there with Stafford having 1 year left, 1 year left with the Detroit Lions, and then in his second year, which is Stafford's first year with the Rams, they get to the Super Bowl and have a chance to win it. That's why you look at the Bengals as opposed to others, because it happened right in front of you in that time span.
But they got Joe Burrow. We didn't.
Yeah.
Here's, if you look at Steve
Legion of
Eisenman, I'm just thinking about Steve Eisenman now. You know what would be a perfect rebuild in hockey? They just won the Stanley Cup, Colorado.
Yeah.
Do you know how long Joe Sakic has been in that role?
It's true.
Since 2013. It took Joe Sakic 8 years to build a championship team. Now, we have said 6 years, right? If we if we give Steve Eisman another 3 years, then that would be year 6 for him. But it takes a minute to get these teams up and running. And if your guy fails, if Steve Eisman fails and doesn't get it done, that's how you get to year 31 on that screen. That's how you get to year 14 on that screen. When the guys that you hired don't get it done. And if the Tigers aren't very careful, they're going to be year 14 before you know it. They're going to be year 31 before you know it. The Detroit Tigers got to do something here, folks. It is ugly, ugly, ugly.
And but that's what I think you're seeing. And I think that's what, in terms of the rebuild, it's different kind of categories for the rebuild. There's one, you can do what the Bengals did. They did it in 3 years or 2 years. Like, that happened extremely fast. It's not always going to be like that. I think the rebuild is when your team gets to a competitive team. They're competitive, comparable, week in and week out. They're in games or they're winning games. Like, I think that's the perfect rebuild. So you look at the Seattle Seahawks at that time. They went from 2009. He gets there. Pete Carroll gets there, third in the West. Now his next year, they're first in the West. Next year, they're third in the West. Next year, they're second in the West. Then first, and those are Super Bowl years, and then second, first, and continuous. But after 2 years, start to be competitive. And then you have the consistency. Now, you may not be winning championships, but now you're in the second round 2 years in a row. Now you get to the NFC Championship in that third year. Now you win it in that fourth year. I want to see progression, but fair progression.
All right, here we go, gang. You ready? It's going to be NFL Hot Take City.
Hey, YouTuber, bring it on, YouTuber.
Bring it.
What are your NFL hot takes? We'll have ours. You only get one.
Can I name you my honorable mentions, and then I'll break down the
You
one?
can name an honorable mention, but you only get one.
fine.
We
That's
want to
fine.
hear them. Join us on YouTube. Like the show. Subscribe to Woodward Sports Network. Coming up on 30,000 subscribers. Little old Woodward Sports Network. We keep coming.
Yes, we do.
But first, a message from Chili Peppers.
And we go to tanning
Thank
salons,
you very much.
especially
We
Chili
gotta get
Peppers
there, too.
tanning salons. Join the Pepper Club at Chili Peppers Tanning. You're going to get all the best deals on unlimited tanning and more, and you get to meet the Chili Peppers girls. The cleanest salons in the D, the hottest bowls, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way. For more information, check them out at chilipepperstanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Hey everybody, it's Maz.
Nope.
It's for here I am now. It's Maz for Big Boy and the Big Boy Ciabatta Summer.
Oh, look at that ciabatta.
How about the ciabatta summer salad, a hand dip shake,
Summer
all
salad.
Are they
at
open
Big
right now?
Boy. Try a chicken club, a chicken cordon bleu, or a sunrise ham and cheddar, all on our grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with the Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or garden salad. The Greek salad is delicious as well. Don't forget to cool it off after that with a nice hand dip, cookies and cream, chocolate, or strawberry shake. You saw me down that chocolate shake live
Oh, no
at
doubt.
Big Boy a few
Take
weeks
it
ago.
down,
I
man.
was trying to give a point.
You did. You heard it
Take
here.
it
I'm sorry,
down.
Bray. You
No,
heard
no.
it here first. I was out of control. Summer just got better at Big Boy.
I feel like Big Boy should come in once a month and
Oh,
take care
man.
of this, man.
I think so, too.
That would be dope.
Look at Jimmy Roberts up there. There are too many.
Looks good.
Jimmy Roberts NBC Sports. I mean, Jimmy Roberts,
been at
one of
it
the
for a
great
minute.
reporters over quarter century. Jimmy
not
Roberts
longer.
got him on TV up here for the Open Championship.
St. Andrews Golf Course, one of the oldest on tour.
Tiger not looking good right now if you are watching with us live. We'll get to him in just a little bit. But, Braylon, it is NFL Hot Take City, okay? We're going to do this right now. Should we spin the pen to see who goes first?
No, let's just go in order.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Very good.
I know you want to go last.
You
I
wanna
want to go last.
All right.
No, but you.
Maz, you go first.
you-
I'll go second. You can go last.
Okay.
We'll do it like that.
Well, I'll go first. I don't mind.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, very good.
You're
Here we
the
go.
man.
Thanks for the beat, big guy. I
Put
like
it up on the board, the big board.
Get 'em
My
on the board.
NFL hot take is that the Kansas City Chiefs will finish last in the AFC West, but still make the playoffs. I believe all 4 teams
So that's
in
a bigger hot take.
in the AFC West will make the playoffs. What do you guys think of that?
I kind of dig your take. I don't know about last. I don't think they'll win the division. I do think all 4 teams in the AFC West will make the playoffs. I don't know about last, Ryan. They're too good to finish last.
I think it's very possible to. I think it's a small chance that it's possible, and that's because they got to play against each other. And in the AFC, all the way around the league this year, all 16 of those teams, they're tough because you have sneaky teams like the Dolphins that might sneak into the playoffs with the Bills. But if it happens, I won't say you're crazy.
So here's the thing that I want you guys to work through with me, because as I was thinking about this, so that would mean last year's playoff teams, New England and Pittsburgh, would have out this year.
Okay.
And then Denver and the Chargers in. You know, with all things staying equal. So New England and Pittsburgh out, Denver and the Chargers in. The biggest issue I had in making this statement was, what do I do in the AFC South? Or excuse me, in the AFC North. What do I do in the AFC North? Because Cincinnati won the division last year. Baltimore finished last. So under my scenario that I
And
have,
we know that Baltimore was dealing with injuries,
Right.
or else they could have been number 1 seed.
So under the scenarios that I have, one of those 2 teams is going to be out. One of those teams will win the division. The other team will be out. So I'm not going to go as far to give you a hot take on that. I don't know who's going to win the division, but I guess that would also mean that either Baltimore or Cincinnati would be out as well. Baltimore could win it, and Cincinnati could be out.
I don't.
Either way.
I'll tell you my runner-ups when it's my turn. So
There you go.
You'll see my. I like it.
That's my hot take.
That's a real hot take too. You actually gave 2 takes.
Yeah.
That was. You saw that flannel. That was 2 good. That was 2 hot takes in one.
2 good
Because
takes.
the sneaky one was that they're not going to win it. Another one was they're going to finish last, and the third one was all 4 teams were getting in. You gave 3 hot takes. Just
Boom. Who's going next?
You want to go?
Oh, you can go.
But you got like 16 of them.
I got 3, but I'll go next. It's fine.
That's all right. I got you.
I go because it actually piggybacks off his. You're talking about the AFC.
I know, especially when he said what he said.
One of my honorable mention hot takes, if you will, if you bring that thing on over to me there, Fletch, thank you, buddy, is that the Steelers will win the AFC North.
Wow.
That's an honorable mention hot take of mine. The other honorable mention is that Dallas is not getting to the playoffs, and I think they'll finish under 500. But my take, which I've said a couple times already, now I'm going to make it official. Not only will the Minnesota Vikings win the NFC North.
What?
The Minnesota Vikings will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
What?
They will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. You can say what you want to say.
That's scorching.
I'm coming off. I can feel a little flame off my back right now. I think this is the year.
Whoa!
Hear me out.
Explain.
This is the year that they get it done. I'm gonna tell you like this. You see Kevin O'Connell coming in as OC. I mean, you see him coming in as the head coach. He was OC with the Rams last year. There was another guy that just couldn't quite get over the hump in the NFC. It was another guy. He's pretty good, but couldn't get over the hump until he got around the right people, the right personnel. the right offensive coordinator. That guy's name was Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford was coached last year by Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell following that Sean McVay tree. I'm telling you, Kirk Cousins last year was 103 passer rating, 33 touchdowns. He was balling last year, 4,200 yards. Adam Thielen is the guy they sleep on. He said, he's declining. He had 756 yards and 10 touchdowns in 5 games last year. In the last 2 years, guess who's tied for first in receiving touchdowns? Oh, yeah, that's Adam Thielen. Guess Justin Jefferson. Do I even have to talk about him? Dalvin Cook, under a new system, he won't have to so much of the load won't be on his back. He'll be able to get some time off, some breaks, because they wore him into the ground since he's been drafted since 2017. And you have a backup running back in Madison who was averaging 19 fantasy points a game last year. And then you look at the tight end. Irvin Smith is back. He's healthy. The young offensive line. You look at what they did. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. On the defensive side, you bring all those young defensive back. Booth Jr., Lewis Singh, who is the guy that we wanted here in Detroit, the safety position out of Georgia. Not to mention you still have Patrick Peterson. Not to mention Daniil Hunter, who's an All-Pro. Kendricks is an All-Pro. Harrison Smith, who Notre Dame told us was a damn good safety. You have him still. I like them. And you told me that Green Bay is falling off this year.
Yeah, Green Bay's a 7-win football team this year. That should have been my hot take. Green Bay's not going to win more than 7 games.
You told me Green Bay isn't ready. They're going to fall off. You told me that the Bears and Justin Fields, they're not ready this year. You told me that the Detroit Lions, they're not quite there yet. Well, who else is there?
The Lions.
It's the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings will represent the NFC North.
Wow, that's pretty bold there, Braylon.
I've been saying, how long have I been talking about Minnesota?
You love them.
I just don't like the quarterback. He's just good enough to make you lose.
He makes 40+ million.
Last thing I say, now he's got the right offensive coordinator. Sometimes it just need a change. He's got the change, but you're still talking about a guy last year, 33 touchdowns, 103 passer rating. Come on, man, he's consistent.
Maz?
All righty, you ready?
Here we go.
You got the purple people eaters, don't you, Bray? Yep. I got another purple team for you in the AFC.
Ooh.
You ready?
Here we go.
Ready.
The Baltimore Ravens will win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yes. Lamar Jackson, the man with no contract, is going to win the MVP again and lead the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl and win it for John Harbaugh and the boys. J.K. Dobbins going to come back this year. He is going to be right up there with the leaders in the AFC on the rushing. I love what they did in the draft. I love their defense. I just love this team. And they're a sleeper. They won 8 games last year with like the MASH unit of the Ravens. No team had more players sit out last year. And no team played their ass off harder than the Baltimore Ravens did last year. They're in every single game.
Lions would.
They're in every single game last year. I love watching this team compete. I'm picking the Ravens to win it all.
I love that take because I actually do like the Ravens, and I just asked you, I was like, how many injuries did the Baltimore Ravens have last year? They went heavy on the offensive line. They have some of the best offensive linemen in the league. They got Gus Edwards, who's another good running back,
from Rutgers.
Exactly, backing up J.K. Dobbins, not Mark Campbell, that's a Michigan player. My bad, took it back on that. The only interesting thing for me on that is who the hell are they throwing the ball to outside of the tight end?
I was just
Rashad Bateman.
Outside Rashad Bateman, I get it,
Who?
but
Rashad Bateman.
Who's he?
Oh, Rashad Bateman's a beast.
He's a terrific
Rashad Bateman,
ball player.
I think he led the league in yards per catch after carry for the couple of games he played in there. He led the league yards after carry or yards after contact.
You remember him from Minnesota?
Who's he?
All right.
So
Minnesota Golden Gophers?
Yeah, the Gophers.
You're counting on that guy.
And that was the one deal. I'm like,
how about Mark Andrews?
Did he leave the NFL?
Mark Andrews.
Led to college?
Mark Andrews, top 3 tight end in the NFL.
He got drafted last year.
Top 3 tight end.
This year, he was second to Deebo Samuel. No, but I like that one. But I just don't know if I can just trust Rashad Bateman to be the guy to show the low of the pass, because you're gonna have to pass the ball. And you ain't gonna be able to run the ball the whole game, and then they key in. But it's a good one, and if he does do that, he might be the first guy to win comeback player of the year, because he missed how many games last year? 4?
I forget how many he missed. I'd be guessing.
He missed 4. So
I love his backup too.
You can say most improved. You can say MVP. Then you can say Super Bowl MVP and Super Bowl champ. That's a lot in 1 year.
All right, so there's our NFL hot takes. We'll get some of yours in there as well. Sam Flannel's got a hot take. Fletch has a hot take. And we'll get yours as well. Lots of them coming through on the YouTube chat. Thanks so much for making us part of your day. We'll be right back, but first a message from Centron.
The summer of Centron is here, and now Centron is available at Kroger's. That's right. Go to CentronWorld.com and find out where these select Kroger locations are. I guarantee you there is one by you, and they are giving you a chance, an opportunity to get that energy drink that is so smooth, so cool, and gives you the right amount of energy without crash. Cranberry, classic, and classic sugar-free. 2 for $4. Sounds like a plan to me. Proud partners with the Detroit Tigers, the Detroit Pistons, and the Red Wings, who we were just talking so much about. Iserman gets it, so do you. Drink it, live it with Centron.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
All summer long, the Monroe Street Midway is open in downtown Detroit. Enjoy basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art, live music, food trucks, and more. A fun, safe event for everyone between the ages of 1 and 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more info. Again, that is deckedoutdetroit.com.
Really excited for these hot takes. This is really fun. Just looking at some of these on the YouTube chat.
What do you got for us?
Tristan says the Jets may have a tough task, but the Lions, Jets, and Jags all win at least 7 games. It's a pretty good one.
Patty Grimes says Rams, Bills, Super Bowl.
It's not a hot take, though.
Danny said, how about this? Danny says this. Mitchell Trubisky will finish as a top 8 quarterback.
I said I got the Steelers winning the NFC North.
Now,
I like that one.
Who was the example I gave last year that there's something about Mitchell. Who's the quarterback in Tennessee? Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about these quarterbacks. Like Trubisky was in Chicago with a coach that just ruined him. And you give these guys a new lease on life. You get them around competent coaches, and you'll see the impact that they could make. Now, Ryan Tannehill looked like he couldn't even be David Blau's backup when he was in
beat the Lions
when he was in Miami. And then he goes to a competent coaching staff in Tennessee, and all he is a Pro Bowler who leads the Titans to the number 1 overall seed. You know, I mean, coaching matters in the NFL. Situations matter in the NFL.
The other thing I like about Trubisky, too, though, and the difference with him and Tannehill is, like, Tannehill basically didn't have success with the Dolphins. He leaves the Dolphins, and then he goes to the Titans, and then he becomes their starting quarterback, and then the rest is history for what he's done in that time period. Mitchell Trubisky actually had to sit out. Like, Mitchell Trubisky actually had to back up Josh Allen. He actually had to take no snaps. He had to deal with humility to go from the number 2 overall pick, or the number 2 overall pick, to then getting traded, to then not playing, to just sitting and watching and observing under Brian Daboll. So I think he'll have a new lease on life, and he'll be appreciated as a starting quarterback.
Here's a couple more from YouTube.
Yep.
Booter says, give me the Chargers out of the AFC. Let's see another one. We've got
Bob Johnson says the Bills' defense will shut Jackson down.
Well, that's not a hot take.
All right.
Francis Garcia, hot take. Broncos going to make the Super Bowl.
I like it.
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take. So now we get to Sam Flannel and Fletch. Gentlemen, we'll start with Flannel. You're up first. Hot take. NFL hot take.
All right, for those of you who are fans of Big D Energy, I've said it on that show, but on this show, this is the debut. DeAndre Swift will lead the NFC in rushing this year. And my reasoning is, 1, DeAndre Swift is obviously a great talent. We've seen flashes. He was drafted very high. This offensive line that This offensive line that the Lions have is incredible. It's one of the top in the league, and DeAndre Swift will be running behind it. And also, I said NFC, not NFL. If you look at some of the best running backs in the NFL, they're all in the AFC. You got Nick Chubb, you got Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris. And in the NFC, when you look at his competition, A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones are going to split carries for the Packers. Dalvin Cook is going to split some carries with Alexander
and he's
Madison.
Probably only going to play 10 games.
Right, he's very injury prone. David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert for the Bears are going to split carries. Christian McCaffrey can never stay healthy. Saquon Barkley can never stay healthy. Elijah Mitchell, that's one that I'm worried about for San Francisco. He had a damn good rookie year. Miles Sanders has never had an 1,000-yard season. And Alvin Kamara is going to get suspended. And even Alvin Kamara, you guys may not know this, but he has never had an 1,000-yard rushing season. I'm telling you guys, DeAndre Swift will lead the NFC in rushing.
It's a pretty good one.
I love
if he stays on the field.
I love the pick. I love the information behind the pick because it leaves without a shadow of a doubt, without a trace. I can't argue against that. The only thing I will say, Dalvin Cook is always injured because they're always giving Dalvin Cook the damn ball. Now you're in a system where they have new wide receivers, Jalen Naylor being another one. KJ Osborne is the guy that when Adam Thielen was hurt last year, he jumped out the gate, had 655 yards on 50 catches. They are going to pass the ball a lot more. So I think that relieves Dalvin Cook of having to run so much.
Bronco 81 says, hot take, Stafford ends his career with 3 Super Bowl titles.
Now that's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
That is a hell of a hot take.
Would you say, before we get to Fletch, would you say that Stafford finishes his career over under 1.5 Super Bowls in his career?
Winning? So is he going to win 2?
Yeah, is he going to win 1 more?
Yes.
Think he gets another one?
I think it won't be this year. I think it'll be the following year.
Wow.
Damn it.
What do you think, Maz?
Damn it. Yeah, he'll win another one.
You think he's going to get another
one?
one?
I love the guy.
It won't be this year because this year I think it's either going to be my team, my hot take, which I got to stick with. Even though if it looks bad early, I'm still sticking with him. And then obviously is the GOAT. Right. The GOAT's the other guy in the conversation for this season, Tom Brady and Buccaneers running it back for the 3rd time. Outside of that, the following years, I don't. Like you said, Aaron Rodgers is over.
Fletch.
Quickie for Fletch.
Hot take. Why is it got to be quick? We got time.
All right. Nobody hate me. My NFL hot take is that Jared Goff won't finish this season.
I love that.
That might be the best one of them all.
There's no way. The Lions have a curse on them. We haven't. There's good things going on, but I mean, I think that Jared Goff goes away. He gets injured, he gets COVID and can't finish out part of the season, whatever it may be, and we get a new quarterback in free agency before that ends, before we go to the postseason, because unlike Ryan, I don't think that they're going to the playoffs. So I think that's where their season ends. Jared Goff gets injured by like game 8.
Dude, that is so funny.
That's funny as hell. So when we do fill in the blank, you can just keep the first one blank. He can keep the first one.
Oh my God, we'll do fill in the blank coming up in the next hour. We'll talk to Inky Johnson next. We'll take a break right now, 30 seconds, and then we'll talk to the great Inky Johnson. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They are your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. Whether you're at home or on the road, their 24/7 local monitoring makes sure what is important to you is safe. Just call that number right now, 1-800-STAY-OUT. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT. For peace of mind, give them a call today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. We'll be right back with the great Inky Johnson.
Hey, it's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency, and SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. At Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the Odds Trader Bet Tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to Odds Trader, and best of luck.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey. We got Fletch and Flannel as well. Really excited for this next guest. If you don't know who Inky Johnson is, you should do yourself a favor and get to know who he is. One of the most inspirational, motivational speakers of our time, really. And he is kind enough to give us a couple of minutes here on Woodward Sports Network. Inky, do we have you?
There
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Inky Johnson, what's going on, brother?
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome.
Inky, it is so great to speak with you. I listened to a video or a message or a clip that you have almost daily. I need to do it every day, but almost daily. For those people who are watching us right now who may not know your story, can you give us a little bit of a Cliff Notes version of your story?
Absolutely, man. First and foremost, I want to say it's an honor, man, to be on the show. Thank you guys so much. But, man, growing up in Atlanta, just like any other kid, man, I had dreams, goals, and aspirations to do something great. You know, I wanted to make it to the NFL. I was growing up at the time in a 2-bedroom home with 14 people. My mom had me at 16 years old. And I felt like football would be the vehicle that helped me change my family's life. The first one to graduate high school, first one to go to college. And my family was blessed with a scholarship to the University of Tennessee and was starting at corner and was in my junior year, and things were looking up for me. And in the second game against Air Force, I went out to make a tackle against Air Force, and I ended up ending my career, paralyzing my right arm and hand, and I almost lost my life.
How did you, at that point, not allow that to define your life, not let that define who you were going to be for the rest of your life? So many people could have gone another way. You chose to go a different way.
Man, I always tell people I feel extremely blessed. Man, I had a lot of great people that I was connected to and that were surrounded by. So my mom never really told me I had to make it to the NFL, right? And so therefore, she never allowed my identity to get caught up into sports. And so when the injury happened, you know, it was one of these deals to where I was hurt by it. It didn't feel good. It was probably the most disappointing and the darkest moment in my life. But it was also a other side to it, to where so many people had helped me get to that point. It was almost as if I couldn't quit. So many people had helped me get to that position. I couldn't stop, right? I couldn't fold up 10 and say, man, I'm waving the white flag. I yield. Because so many people had played a part in me getting in that position. And so I couldn't fold up 10 and I couldn't quit and I couldn't retreat.
Inky, you say that, you know, so many times that your arm is paralyzed, your hand is paralyzed, but your heart, your mind, they are not paralyzed. That is a powerful message.
Absolutely. You know, my favorite quote, man, is Dr. King's quote, you know, that says you judge the true character and caliber of a person not by where they stand in times of comfort and convenience. You judge the true character and caliber of a person by where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. And so when I say to a person, my arm and my hand is paralyzed, my heart isn't, my dedication isn't, my mindset isn't, my sacrifice isn't, my ethos isn't, it's basically just saying, like, man, like who I am as a person, it never got paralyzed. Like my essence and what wakes me up every single day, it never got paralyzed. Like the thing that makes me tick, it never got paralyzed. And so we all go through things in life, right? We all have that in common: adversity, opposition, and challenges. And I always say to people, man, adversity causes some people to break and other people to break records. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's not about the situation or the circumstance, it's about what we're made out of.
Inky, what's going on here, man? Braylon Edwards, fellow D1 brother. You were at Tennessee, so a couple quick things. One, Tennessee beat the hell out of us my freshman year at Michigan. It was a very ugly game. I got too many names from that game. Thing two, our birthdays are in reverse. You're February 12th, I'm February 21st. And then thing three, I grew up in part of Lithonia as well, so I know a little bit about Georgia.
Yes, City.
100%. But my question to you is this. Like, obviously, I've seen you speak to multiple people. I've seen you speak to multiple genres of life, walks of life, etc. When you're getting ready to go speak to a team or go speak to a corporation, like, how do you prepare the message differently? What is the research that goes into, I'm going to talk to this group, want to do this thing, I'm going to talk to, what's the research process?
Yeah, man, I always talk to them, a couple of times prior to me going in, just so I can tailor my message to what's important to them. So every group that I ever go to speak to, whether it's teams, whether it's corporations, whether it's something in education, I look at it in terms of, man, I'm there to serve them. And so I want to speak to them about what's important to them. I want to speak to them about any filler words. I want to speak to them about any points that they may be going through at the time. So when I step before a crowd, it's more so a level of respect, so they can know that I've done my due diligence, that when I come in and I speak about certain things, it's not just a guy coming in to speak, but it's somebody that's actually done research, that's listened about what's important to them. And so therefore, I feel like they'll give me my respect if I feel like I'm giving them their respect.
It's a damn good answer, brother.
Inky Johnson joins us now. If you want more information on Inky, he's on Twitter at Inky Johnson, at InkyJohnson.com. We really appreciate you coming on with us, Inky. It looks like you've been all over. You've been everywhere. You've talked to championship teams, championship players, our own Megatron, Calvin Johnson. You've spoken to him. Now, I see you talk to the New York Knicks. That's a team I grew up with. That's my team, okay? Listen, look at me now, okay?
He's motivational, not miracle.
I was 11 years old when they won last, okay? Look at me now. What can you do for my New York Knicks? What the hell? Can you do something for the New York Knicks for me?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do anything, man. I tried my best when I went in. I don't know how well that went over. But I will say this. I had a great time. I had a great experience, man. And, that's the most I can say about it. But it was special, man. Every opportunity is special.
Maz, you hear what Braylon said? He said he provides motivation. He's not a miracle worker.
That's true.
It's motivational, not miracle.
All right. How about
they both start with M, but
bring him to Allen Park at least. Can you talk to the Lions at least?
There you go.
Hey, Inky, I want to ask you, what do you think when you just hear people complain about anything?
Yeah.
Like just random complaint. Oh, it's raining outside or whatever the complaint is.
Man. It's all good, man. Like I used to tell guys I played with, like, it's cool. Like, if you're going to complain about it, cool. But never complain about something that you're not willing to change. And I think that's where the problem comes in, when people just show up and complain about the same thing day after day after day, and they never bring a solution to the table. Like, it's cool to complain about something. Some things warrant a complaint. But then come with a solution, right? Change it. And so for me, I would always say to them, never complain about something that you're not willing to change. I have no problem with the complaint. Just bring a solution behind it.
Hey, Inky, when you go speak to whether it's the Bucks or the Patriots or Alabama or anybody, like we were, when I heard you were going to be on the show today, I was just like over the moon. Do you get like that over anybody that is in the room that you're speaking to? I mean, when Nick Saban's there or Tom Brady or whoever, do you get like that ever?
Oh, no doubt, man. Like, I met Brady a couple of weeks ago when I was with the Bucks. And, I knew he was going to be there, but I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he was going to be in the room. Just being real. Like, I was speaking to the team, and they told me he would be there because when I pulled up to the building, it was an early meeting, probably 7:30, right? And so when I pulled up, Brady was already there. Like, when I saw one of the cars, the guy that I was with, he was like, see that car, that's 12. He's already in the building. It was like he's going through his routine. So I was just thinking, I'm going to go in and I'm going to speak to the squad, but Brady was going to still be going through his routine. And sure enough, man, when I came up to speak, like, I posted a picture online, and if you could find a picture, like, Brady is right there, like, front and center, like, locked in, right? And then after I spoke to him, we met outside, right? And he started talking about some stuff. And so that was a special moment for me, because a guy that operates at that level and have been doing it for so long, to be right there front and center in the meeting, giving me a level of respect, paying attention to what I had to say, that was special for me.
Hey, Inky, let me ask you a question about Tennessee. Obviously, one of the best brands of college football ever created. You know, Rocky Top, the whole 9 yards. They gave you, as a young black man, a chance and opportunity to go to college. They gave you a chance to fulfill that, be the first one in your family. What is the work that you've done with Tennessee? How side by side or close are you? Because they're a team that they got a lot of talent, they got a lot of things, but they just can't make it. Do you work closely still with Tennessee?
Yeah, man, I'm back in the fold with him now, with the new coach, Coach Heupel. Me and him are pretty close. We talk just about every week, every Monday, whether it be phone call or text. But I still work with the team. Prior to, you know, I was touch and feel with the squad. But when he got back in the situation, I came on and I've been working with him. I just feel like we lost our identity over the past couple of years, man. There was a lot of changes in administration. There was a lot of changes with coaches, and so we lost our identity and we started focusing on things that weren't important. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Bray. I knew we was in trouble when I showed up and I spoke to the guys, and they were talking about like the president, like who was the president of the university, right? And there's cats on the football squad. I'm like, what y'all worried about the president of the university? Like, y'all playing ball? Like, what y'all talking about, right? Just the identity had changed. But I feel like the staff that we have now, the guy that we have now, he's doing a great job, man. They had a solid year last year. I feel like he's changing the culture. They're giving him time to implement things in his way. And so I think things are going to turn around for us pretty soon.
Inky, I got something on you on college football. I know you're a big college football fan. What do you think of the new college football now and the NIL and kids getting paid? What's your take on that?
Yeah, man, I'm all for guys getting paid, right? Like, I think they should. I think also I hope that it's a level of financial literacy being taught behind that so guys can understand how to manage that. But I think also we've created a situation in collegiate sports where, you know, the NIL deals with the transfer portal, I think is interesting, right? I think often about the other side of it, right? I get it if you go to a system or a program and it doesn't work, right? And you need to find your place that you can go and you can compete and be in a better situation. I get that side of it. But I also believe it's a lot of running, right? It's a lot of running from competition that guys don't want to compete. And so you're creating a situation to where, yeah, on one end of the spectrum it's beneficial, but on the opposite end of the spectrum, I wonder about the blowback and what type of individuals are we sending out into everyday society. Because in every aspect of life, you got to compete. In every aspect of life, it's going to be a point in time to where you don't get what you want. In every aspect of life, somebody's going to tell you something, then when you get in a situation, it's going to change. And so what type of individuals are we putting out into the world to be productive citizens? But I'm all for guys getting paid. I just hope on the other side of that, it's a level of financial literacy being taught so these guys can know how to manage.
Hope so.
Inky, I know you've talked to UCLA, Clemson, Alabama, Oregon, the Knicks, the Magic, Timberwolves, Patriots, Bucks. But if you were to give a message to the 11U Fort Lauderdale Little Leaguers playing for the state championship in Florida,
the All-Stars.
The All-Stars. Our boss, Chad Johnson here, the owner of our company, he's down there in Florida. He's got his kids and the Little Leaguers down there. If you were to give a message to those 11U All-Stars to win that state championship, what would it be?
Oh, man, it'll be sweet and simple. You got a chance to make history. Everybody don't get it, right? Everybody don't get that opportunity. No matter how hard they work, how much they bleed, how much they sweat, everybody doesn't get that opportunity. You got it. What you gonna do with it, right? You got the opportunity to make history. All the sacrifice, the hard work, the dedication, and the commitment has led you to this point. It's people that's been working forever, and they don't get this opportunity, right? I never played for a championship when I was younger. You got it. What you gonna do with it?
My goodness, the hair on the back of my neck and everywhere else standing up.
I'm on my way to play right now. Damn,
I know.
I'm ready.
Inky, my goodness, we are huge fans of yours.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you do. Continued success. Everybody out there, InkyJohnson.com, and, of course, at Inky Johnson on Twitter and social media.
We got to have you back, Inky.
Man, what?
Man, it would be an honor, man. I apologize. I'm in the car.
Nah, you here?
My little boy up from basketball camp. So
Never apologize for that.
You're here,
Never
brother.
apologize for that. Absolutely.
If you're ever in Detroit, we need you here. Woodward Sports, let's go.
If you're ever in Detroit, please go talk to Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions.
We might kidnap you. Don't come here. We might kidnap you and never let you leave.
All right. Go about your day, my friend. Thanks so much. Great stuff. How great was that, guys? I mean, are you kidding me? Now, I am. Let's take a break. I am into this world, right? I mean,
are.
Inky Johnson, David Goggins, Tony Robbins. I listen to these guys daily, and it helps me, kind of be me, with a positive mindset and a way to go about my business. I just think the world of that guy. And if you don't know him, hopefully you get yourself introduced to him now, and it can help you as well. We'll come right back. Yeah. We will react to what Inky had to say, and then I want to get into a fill in the blanks.
There we go.
And today's fill in the blank topic: the Detroit Lions.
Can everyone play?
We can all play.
Everybody can
play. Yeah. But first, a message from Gypsy Vodka.
Shoot, I don't know if I need to talk about alcohol after that motivational speech I just got, but guess what? We're going to do it anyway. Introducing the Mulligan from Gypsy Vodka. The same people that bought you Gypsy Vodka, corn distilled 6 times, using artisanal spring water and gluten-free. They now present seltzer that's 8% alcohol and is Michigan distilled. That's right. Support Michigan distillers Adam and Mike. Iced tea, lemonade, and mango. It is amazing, but like I said, it's 8%, not 5. So you better be careful, take attention, and drink responsibly on the golf course or in the backyard. The Mulligan, Gypsy Vodka.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com. Detroit's downtown summer playground is back.
Your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The Academy of Warren is enrolling right now for grades kindergarten through 8 that features AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, a learning street, a futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K through 8 athletics. Speaking of athletics, it has a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field. Also can be used for 7-on-7 football. Enroll today at academyofwarren.net. That is academyofwarren.net.
Mr. Privy on the YouTube chat says, Ryan, you may enjoy checking out Tom Bilyeu's content. Tom Bilyeu is fantastic. Impact theory. So much motivation as well. I just didn't include him in that last bit.
Gary Vee is the guy I use a lot.
Yeah, I watch the Impact Theory all the time, Tom Bilyeu.
Does Anthony Robbins count anymore? Or
Tony Robbins.
Tony
Yeah,
Robbins.
I just said him. Yeah, he's
Oh, you did?
fantastic.
Okay, I missed it.
He
was the original, wasn't
he's
he? One of the originals?
fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's one of the
He was
originals.
one of the first ones that blew up to the level that he did in terms of like he became like that 100-millionaire, multi-millionaire. Like he became one of those guys. But my dad used to listen to that way back in the day. I used to see those. They get that book that come in the mail and it looks like a VHS book. You open, there's like 4 tapes.
Remember him and Shallow Hal?
On the elevator. They got stuck on the elevator together.
You know, I don't want to preach to anybody.
So, man, you got some big hands.
But I'm so into this whole thing about motivational speaking, positive speaking, inspirational speaking, because I do believe we all have the power to the power to think how we want to think, positive. You can choose whether or not to be a negative Nelly or positive whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the world out of those guys.
I think the good thing about it is you listen to those messages, and I was telling Maz and the guys when you're just a second ago. The big thing about it is all the motivational speakers that I identify with or that I listen to or that get me going or get me the goosebumps, their messages aren't some elongated message that comes from a Harvard mouth or a Harvard grad or anything like that. They're simplistic, but they're simple, but they're purposeful. They're passionate, and they're consistent. Like you just said, sometimes it's about recalibration. Like, you've heard this stuff before, but the more and more you beat it into yourself, the more and more you listen and understand that it does work, that's where you get the best messages. I like two things out of that message. I mean, well, I liked everything, but there are two things that I wrote down. One was never complain about things you aren't willing to change or fix. Because I think I do that a lot. I think people in general do that a lot. We complain about stuff, but then we go right back and do the same stuff.
We all complain.
But we don't. We complain, but then we don't go back and try to fix the things that we can change. We don't go back and say, you know what, I'm over here complaining about, whatever, or go back and change it. What are the steps that I need to do to ensure that can't happen, or ensure that it doesn't happen as much? Yeah. And the other thing was the NIL deal stuff. When he talked about financial literacy, that's where you got to teach these young kids. I wish they would have taught me about financial literacy. Not to mention, I'm glad I had my parents, but not everybody has 4 parents that can help you out with that process. That made a ton of sense, because if you're going to give Jordan Addison $3.5 million in this day and age where everything's in front of him, he's going to try to go out. If you don't help him, he's going to try to go buy a Lamborghini. He's going to try to go buy some drip. He's going to try to buy some ice. He's going to try to go trick off on some you-know-whats, and that money's going to be gone. You're giving him $3.5. Teach him how to invest, save, and let that work for him in his portfolio for years to come. I love that.
So great. It's so great. And I'm glad more people are open to kind of sharing messages like this, too. I don't think, 5-10 years ago, it wasn't like that, I guess. Or at least maybe I was just so naive to think that people, needed stuff like this. But I need to hear that. Like, I was watching Inky Johnson videos for the last week leading up to this, and every day I was feeling good, except yesterday when I was pissed.
I remember when Maz first brought this up about a month and a half ago. I think you brought it up. Yeah. I remember you got excited as hell when he first brought it up. The one thing I forgot to ask him, there was an individual that played at Rutgers. They got paralyzed, named Eric LeGrand. That's what Eric LeGrand.
He's got his own coffee now.
Yep. 2010, he spoke. He got hurt at MetLife Stadium, where I played. I played for the Jets, and he came and spoke to us. And so, similar message. Yep. Like, this did not paralyze my heart or my mind. So, similar.
Remember
message.
Mark Bonacani?
I do.
He passed away since. Rest in peace. So does Dad.
Guys, I want to do this. Can we do a little NFL fill in the blank? A little Detroit line fill in the blank? I'd like to do it. Give me a beat there.
Nice little shift.
Sammy.
Give me the beat.
Nice little positive shift.
All right. So, I came up with some of these questions. I have answers to my own questions, but I'd like you guys to answer some questions as well. This is Detroit Lions fill in the blank, okay? I'll read the questions. The first one. For the Lions to win 10 games, Jared Goff has to throw blank touchdown passes. Braylon?
26.
26 touchdown passes. Maz?
30.
I, too, said 30 touchdown passes because last year there were 9 quarterbacks in the NFL that threw 30 or more touchdown passes. 7 of them made the playoffs. The only 2 that did not, Kirk Cousins and Justin Herbert. Both of those guys might be in the playoffs this year.
Justin Herbert barely missed it.
Right.
On a tie.
I went with 26 because I'm expecting the running game to be strong, like Flannel Sam pointed out to me. So I think 26 touchdowns, based on what we believe the running game is going to be this year, that's why I went with 26.
And that would put him in the top 10. Last year, I believe the 10th most touchdown passes was 27. So that would essentially get him near the top 10 in that category. Very serviceable. I do want to say this about Goff, too. 4,000 yards is a marker. Last year, 10 quarterbacks threw 4,000 yards or more. 8 of those quarterbacks were in the postseason. Herbert and Cousins, the only ones not to make the playoffs. Question number 2. The breakout player of the year on the Detroit Lions.
We all have the same answer.
Will be?
I'll let you say it first. Because you say it all the time. Okudah.
Jeff Okudah.
Jeff Okudah.
That's my breakout player of the year.
That's why I wanted you to say it first. It's Jeff Okudah.
What were you pointing at me for?
I had the questions are on the paper.
Are on my sheet. Yeah.
You don't have to hurt your neck.
Thank you.
My breakout player will be Sam's guy, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, technically he hasn't broken out yet.
Nope. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah. I got another good one too that I think you could fill in the blank. But do you have Do you like Okudah too, or who's your guy?
Well, I had Okudah, but another one to fill in the blank. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Oh, it's got to be an offensive guy since you're asking me. Got to be probably the wide receiver position.
No.
Oh.
Kind of, but not really.
Hawk? He made the Pro Bowl already.
Yeah, but
he really hasn't done much.
But if you look at the NFL, like, the only reason I say that, not just cut you off, I was just looking at the NFL's ranking of tight ends, and this was the NFL. This was players' ranking. They already got Hawk ranked six. They got 6 tight ends in the league.
Yeah, right.
6 and 7. If
And
it
Sam
changes.
too.
Sam?
Let's go. Let him do the first 2. Go ahead, Sam.
First answer is 30. Second answer, obviously, is DeAndre Swift. No surprises there.
What do you think about Hawk?
Hawkinson, I mean, this is kind of a put up or shut up sort of year. Are you going to pay him, or are you pay him what he's going to demand or not? He's been good, but he was the 8th overall pick, and he hasn't lived up to that yet. So this is a very important year for TJ Hawkinson.
All right, question number 3. Jameson Williams will finish blank in Lions receiving yards. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. What say you guys?
First.
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 Even if he misses 6 games.
He's not going to miss 6 games. Like I told you about the ACL injury. I told you how it goes. I know they're going to delay him, and obviously they want to give you guys all the furthest precautionary scenarios so you guys believe that they're taking care of the situation. But in all honesty, for real, I think Jameson Williams plays no later than the 4th game of the season. He's going to be that downfield threat. I think early on they'll mix it around. They'll run the ball with DeAndre Swift to get that going during the season. And then DJ Chark, Amon-Ra St. Brown, they got a ton of guys that they can get the ball to. But when Jameson Williams gets in there, they're featuring him. So I think he still will be first in the league. I mean, first on the team in wide receiver
What's
yards.
PUP knock you out for?
You said what?
Doesn't the PUP list knock you out
PUP
for
6 games.
You don't think they're going to PUP list him?
No.
If he is on PUP day 1 of training camp, then he goes 6 weeks. I believe that's the rule. It's either day 1 of training camp or the last day of training camp. I mean, or the last week of training camp.
The last
maybe.
week of training camp.
Yeah, it's the last week of training camp.
Okay, so if he goes on PUP the last week of training camp, I'll say he finishes 3rd in line receiving yards. If he doesn't, I'll go first.
So I am going to go second, actually. Behind DJ Chark.
I knew it.
I feel like DJ Chark is going to be the deep guy this year because I kind of have Jameson Williams sitting out those 6 games. And if he does that, I think he's just going to be too much to get Chark, but I think he will make such an impact in the final 11 games of the season. Last year, the Detroit Lions did not have a 1,000-yard receiver. Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I don't know if Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to have the same numbers he did last year. This year, I think Amon-Ra's numbers are going to come down this year significantly.
They will.
In yards, in touchdowns, in targets.
Bronco 81 says PUP changed the 4 this year.
Oh,
new rule.
That'd be a big deal then. I did not know that, so thank you for that if that is the case.
If that's the case, you're going to change your number from 3rd?
No, I still think I don't know if Jameson Williams coming off an ACL is going to be the 1,500-yard receiver that Jamar Chase was. I just don't know that.
It is tough. I think, like I said, I tore my ACL December 4th, had surgery January 2nd, and then I started that year with the Browns my 2nd year, but I had 882 yards. So to your point, it can be like that, and obviously next year it changes. But I just still think in this new NFL, new technology, new young guys, I think he still is going to be amazing. Go ahead.
No, keep going.
No, because I was going to say I had him at 1,200 yards.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a big number. That's number 1.
Jared Goff's going to get very excited. So
Hell
the Lions.
Yeah. The Lions will score under 20 points blank times this season.
How many times last year? Do you remember? Lots, right?
Lots.
Lots.
I'd have to pull it out.
Out of 17, it's got to have to be. They probably scored under 20, probably 14 times, 13 times.
Nah, I go 11.
This year, I'll go first this time.
No, I'm saying, go ahead. I think they were 11 times last year.
Under 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times last year.
I guessed 11.
Okay. This year, I'm going to say they're going to be under 20 points out of 17 games. 10.
Wow. Braylon?
5.
0.
I got 5.
Zero times.
Hold on. You still have to be reasonable because look at even the teams that make the playoffs, even the good teams, they still have 3 of those games. And you're talking about a team that is trying to get to that level of competing with the big team. You still got to have at least 3.
Okay, I will be reasonable. If Jared Goff plays 17 games, 0 times. How about this? This is what I'll say.
You're too optimistic.
In all games that Jared Goff starts for the Detroit Lions this coming season, the Detroit Lions will score 20 or more points in all of them. Last year, they scored under 20 points 12 times. This year, 0. They ain't scoring under 20 this year.
I'm going to change my number.
In games that Jared Goff starts
Can I change
and
my
finishes.
number from 10?
Sure.
9.
You're such a jerk.
No, you're such a jerk. Come on, 0. 10 games.
Sam Flannel.
Can you ever get realistic?
Sam
That is
Flannel.
real. That's not real. 0 games?
0 games.
I'm done with you, man.
Why
Get
don't
out
you
of
shut
here.
out week 1?
Thank you, man.
If Blau starts or Tim Boyle.
Go ahead, Sam.
5. 5 is my answer. They will score less than 20 points 5 times, which is still really darn good.
That's what I had. I had
That's
5.
really good.
Did we ask you about Jamison Williams?
Jamison Williams will finish second to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
And the final question, the most impactful player
I'm done with you, man.
on the Lions defense will be
Braylon?
My bad. I was looking at how many times did the Packers go under 20 points last year. Answer was 2.
Wow.
So you tell he's gonna do better than Aaron Rodgers?
and it is 2 for the LA Rams as well.
Matt Stafford, what they had going on last
Come on,
year?
Ryan. You can change your number. Go ahead.
The games in which Jared Goff starts and finishes, the Detroit Lions will score under 20 points 0 times. I want to get this last one in, though. The most impactful player of the Lions defense will be
Amani Oruwariye.
Boom. That's a great one.
Amani Oruwariye. He's a leader, and and people forget he had 7 interceptions last year. He's a damn good player, and he's a leader.
I'm going to steal yours.
He's one of mine.
I'm stealing. Aiden
Okudah?
Hutchinson.
Oh.
Aiden Hutchinson.
I was going to say Okudah.
Aiden Hutchinson, man. Number 1 pick. Come on, are you kidding?
I bookend with Okudah.
Aiden Hutchinson. Are you nuts?
Well, hey, if we all 3 are right on this one, then the Lions have a pretty damn good defense. Give me one, Sam Flannel.
Aiden Hutchinson. He's gonna jump right in and be the best player on their defense in day 1.
Love it. All right, guys, got to take a break. Come right back. We'll recap our fill in the blanks. But first, a message from MyBookie.
That's right. You first-timers on MyBookie, get on it right now and use the promo code Woodward, and they'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Free money in your pocket. Bet the Tigers tonight. They are in Cleveland against the Guardians. Guardians are out for blood tonight after the Tigers swept them. Actually, Tigers 7-2 against Cleveland. We'll have Scotty G on in just a few minutes to tell you more. So get on mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
So these guys during the break are giving me all kind of business here.
As they should.
Honolulu Blue Sparty says Ryan equals Come on, Maz. It's my favorite emoji.
Clown.
Clown. No, you love that emoji. Even he says it. D. Smitty says the offense has talent. Maybe right on that. I say under 20 points 3 times, with 1 coming on a win. So Ryan thinks Goff will get hurt and only play 10 games. All 10 games score over 20. Fair enough.
Benjamin Foe, listen to this one. Benjamin Foe says, people like Ryan are why the Fords are still in the football business.
That's funny.
Is that great or what?
They're not the Fords anymore, Benjamin. They
They're the
are
Hamps.
the Hamps.
Right, the Hamps. They own the Lions. Drago says Ryan has a Lion Kool-Aid IV.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
that was actually pretty good.
That's funny. Cole Stinson says Tracy Walker, most impactful Lions
That's
defensive
not
player.
bad. Yeah, T.
Patty
Walker.
Grimes says
Not bad.
Okuda, best Lions defensive player. And Steven says Hutch, best Lions defensive player.
Going back to Hutch, I was saying, I thought about that initially as D, and I talk all the time about getting to the quarterback, but then I went away from it because I know he's our best DN already. I know they're going to slide protection to him. I know he's going to get doubles, especially after the first couple games where he has 2 sacks going into game 3. But then I thought about it. It says most impactful. It doesn't say best stats. And if you're getting double slides, that means somebody's wide open with a one-on-one. That means Charles Harris is dealing with one-on-one coverage. That means they're so focused on you, they're starting to throw passes a little early. That leaves Okuda to get picks. That leaves Tracy Walker to come up in the box and get some picks. That means number 97 is still impacting the game. So that's a damn good pick by you and Aiden Hudson. It's an easy pick, but / not an easy pick. I like that pick.
All right, we're going to try to get you some winners next. Scotty G, Woodward bets coming up next. But first, a message from SMA.
That doggone read was so quick. SMA, the sports marketing agency, is here to help spread awareness about mental health as well as substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, and the F Word standing for fentanyl, talks about addiction and also talks about mental health. Look, Sean Jordan, an NFL alumni, they're just here to have a conversation. They're here to open up the conversation. They're here to give you information. Go to thesportsma.com so you can find out how you, someone close to you, someone you know, or maybe it is you, can get the help that you need.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in and tell them we sent you, and they will print you one on the spot. So go to Big Frog Novi today and get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi. That is bigfrog.com/Novi.
Novi.
All right, Woodward Sports Network.
All right.
We're having a lot of fun today. I don't know about you guys. It's a great show today.
Clown emoji.
Clown. I love that clown.
You like the show better than yesterday?
I do like the show better today than yesterday because of the smoothness of Inky Johnson's internet service.
See? See how VMix works?
Well, look, when those signals get crossed, I get so frustrated with that stuff.
I got you, man.
You know what I love about it? And I know we got Scotty G on the line, but I love that Maz comes up with these great production lists of segment titles and allows Ryan to kind of go as he wants. But the stuff on here to get us through the show, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 topics left.
That's great.
We got a hell of a Friday.
We got a hell of a Friday.
Hey, don't throw your notes out too, because I'm not wasting any more paper.
But I think that's awesome too, because it just goes to show you.
Good job by Maz, by the way.
Great job, Maz.
Thanks,
just
man.
great goes to show you too. As you get in the conversation, different topics just automatically generate in the course of a conversation.
It's also go ahead.
No, bro. No, I was gonna laugh.
The other thing I love too is like our friends, our people that are listening and watching, that are commenting, that are in here with us. You guys extend segments as well. When we see you get excited about something, we keep it going. So the more excited you get, the more excited you like a topic, and you don't want us to change or kind of stay in the same area, start commenting, because the more you like and comment, we're going to stay on those topics and get you guys involved. So it's on you as well.
Right. Show all the MSU fans all your paperwork, just so they know you're printing up all this stuff. There's all kinds of stuff there. Okay, that's good enough.
That's
fine.
Spanky Johns.
I got this.
There's more too.
Hold on, I got this.
That's enough.
Hold
Okay.
on, I got this.
Okay, that's enough.
Hold on, nope. I got this.
Okay, you're good.
There we go.
You've proven a point.
Those are all my
Just print it out, man.
for my MSU friends. I gotta have the hard copy.
Yes,
gotta have the hard copy.
You gotta have a reference point.
They did not like when I here. Let's do this. Let's just put our. They did not like when I went like this with their little list of the fan bases.
Who did that?
Most of
little
those
list?
comments from MSU were like, Ryan Ermanni took the time to print out some internet bloggers' list about fan bases.
Clown emoji. Clown emoji.
Oh, screw you.
Boom.
Hey, it's time for Woodward Bets on Woodward Sports. Our good friend, Scotty G.
Great
Scott. Oh, excuse us.
Yes.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm just giving away fun coupons over here on the bet show.
I'm not mad at that. We got the same vibe going on. You got the jar shirt. I got the primitive hat. Hey, man, sounds like we know some of the same people.
We know some people. Yeah.
We know some people.
We know a few people. But I do got to say, Braylon, your ball cap game is always A+, man. I get texts all the time. Where'd Braylon get that hat? Ask Braylon where he got that hat.
I appreciate it. You should see the one that's in my car that Ryan can see right there. It's a Detroit Pistons lottery draft hat that I just got this year.
Sweet.
Picked it up, so I'll be wearing that tomorrow.
Nice.
Hey, Scotty, how's it been going over there on the bet side of things?
Yeah, you know what? It's been a lot of fun. We've been kicking some butt. I will say the last day or two was a little bit rough. We gave a little bit back to the sports, but you got to do that sometimes, or they won't play with you. You know, they'll limit you or whatever they like to do. But either way, hey, it's a lot of fun. We're less than 60 days from football. We've started talking about some best ball, which is a really cool format that's been recent here in the recent last few years, where basically you just draft the team and you forget about it. The computer does all the work. No interaction within the middle of the season. No pickups, no trades, no setting your lineup, nothing. The computer sets it for you. It's a lot of fun to get some practice. So many different sites, over there on Underdog Fantasy, they're giving away $2 million prize. FanDuel's got a big prize. But it's a lot of fun just to kind of mix it up, get ready for your fantasy football drafts. So we're excited about that. And, of course, we got baseball. We got a little bit of British Open going right now, which we talked about.
Yep.
So we got a couple guys sitting atop the leaderboard. So, yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
Tell us about the Open. Oh, they like to call it the Open. You can't call it the British Open anymore. The golf snobs call it the Open now. Tiger Woods not having a good day.
Understatement.
Who do you like? Who did Kelly pick? Give us the scoop here, man. What do we do going forward?
Yeah, I mean, Kelly liked Rory. She was strong on him. But one guy we both agreed on was Cameron Smith. I mean, this guy here is sitting in third place right now, -5. I know they're finishing up. I think a few guys are on the back end kind of finishing here. But we did like Smith. Now, one person I did mention, and maybe it's just me because I'd like to see his beautiful wife getting some TV time. But I really like DJ. I like Dustin Johnson coming in this weekend. I mean, this guy was sitting at 40-1. I'm thinking this guy's the #1 player in the world. I know he's struggling, went to that live tour. I kind of thought he had a little chip on his shoulder and sitting at 40. I mean, this guy was a 2-round leader in 2015 at the same track. So I thought, you know what, I'll take a shot on him. He's only 4 shots back, so I kind of like where he's sitting. He's sitting at like 16-1 right now in some of the sports books. But my favorite guy is Cameron Smith. He's a great putter, and the guy can hit some long balls, and that's what you pretty much got to do here at this track. So Cameron Smith at this point is my favorite to win, other than Rory, which is the chalky pick.
I'm gonna actually give you some advice on picks for golf in this particular event. One thing about Rory's gonna finish in the top 3, top 4. Rory can't putt on day 2, nor 3, nor 4, and you might as well include day 1. I never would go with Rory. The guy that I'm going with, keeping Scheffler. Scheffler's the #1 golfer in the world.
Look at that.
For a reason. I think right now he's 3rd or 4th on the leaderboard, but Scheffler's a guy. He's just all he does is win. So Scheffler's a guy I like, man.
Yeah, his odds are actually pretty high for where he's at in the standing. So Vegas really respects Scheffler too. So they agree with you, Braylon. So that is one thing. I mean, his odds aren't that high. He's like one of the best odds next to Rory, and he is setting a few shots back. So, but like I said, I like Cameron Smith. We'll see where he goes.
Cameron's damn
the
good
majors
player.
are a lot of fun, especially if you guys play. Anybody plays DFS, Daily Fantasy Sports. Usually the 4 majors, they got some pretty hefty tournaments where they got $1 million on top. Usually entry fees only $20. But man, it's a lot of fun to mix it up, and it's a long sweat. You get 4 days to sit back and root for your guys, so it's a lot of fun.
All right, Scotty G, let's do a little baseball. Tigers and the Guardians, a little revenge maybe for Cleveland. Then you got the Reds and Yankees. Reds have been a pain in the neck for the Yankees. If you had the Yankees the other night in the 9th inning, they're up 3-0. The Reds come back and win that game at Yankee Stadium. That was a shocker. Mets and the Cubbies as well. Who do you like in those 3 ball games?
Well, let's start with our boys with the Tigers. I mean, they're bringing back Elvin Rodriguez. I mean, this guy here he's a low strikeout pitcher. He throws a lot of fly balls. I tell you what, I think the Indians are going to get to him. I think the Tigers are going to have a hard time today. One of my favorite players actually in DFS today is Franmil Reyes. I got him actually to hit a home run tonight. So I like Franmil Reyes on the home run prop. I think he should be able to get into 1 or 2 here today. But, yeah, I do like that one. And then the Yankees, yeah, I mean, the Yankees are a lot of fun to watch. I know you guys have been talking about teams that aren't fun to watch, but I mean, how can you not like to watch the Yankees with all them big bruises they have? But yeah, I mean, Donaldson, he's been catching fire here. Torres has been hitting the ball a little bit here, so I don't mind that. But Yankees and Reds, that one starts at 705, minus 190. Nestor Cortez, he struggled a little bit here. The money isn't too far off. Only 55% of the money's coming in on the Yankees.
Yeah.
The Reds sitting at 55%. Or 45%, but Luis Castillo is one of them guys where he could either come out, he looks like a Cy Young Award winner pitcher, or he's just, just falls off the cliff there.
He's going to get traded.
Not very good. So, yeah, for me, Maz, I think I'd take the over in that game if it's something if you want to look at in that one.
Hey, Scotty G, I'm going to skip ahead to Monday for you. If you answer this question for me. Who am I putting my money on in the home run derby? I know Aaron Judge is the guy, but is he going to win?
Pete Alonso.
The home run derby, when I've seen these home run derbies, it's the guys that have like a lot of stamina. I mean, you can see these guys in the first round; they'll crush, a bunch of homers, and then as it goes on, they seem to have a hard time. So for me, I haven't seen the exact complete list yet. I did see some of the guys that were going to be into it, but
Ronald
young
Acuna,
guys like
Junior,
like Acuna, Pete Alonso. I mean, that guy's just raw strength. I think he'd be a guy I'd look at. Yep, I don't mind Soto. He's a guy, though, I think he swings too hard. He wouldn't be a guy that I think could maintain,
Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber's hot.
Now, he's been absolutely on fire, that guy.
Bet the exacta of Alonso and Schwarber, if you ask me.
Julio Rodriguez.
Hey, Scotty, I got a question for go ahead.
I was going to say, Julio Rodriguez is an interesting one, too. This kid's been smashing. He's a young kid. I like these young kids, especially, if it's going to be warm out that night and you start hitting, you start swinging that bat that much in that shorter period of time. It's tough.
That's a hell of a match.
Jose Ramirez.
Scotty, I wanted to ask you, just for new bettors out there who may just be unfamiliar with, live betting and all that stuff right now. You're just so used to betting games pre-flop, before the game. The Guardians tonight, minus 250. The Blue Jays tonight, minus 385. Yankees, minus 190 on the money line. Do you ever sit back and just wait and maybe they get down 1-0, 2-0, and then attack it that way live to get the better odds? Because we saw last night even the Dodgers go down 6-0, come back and win the game. I mean, the odds on that, unbelievable.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's that I've been kind of looking into, especially with live betting with baseball, is these pitchers struggle sometimes the second and third time through lineups. So, if you feel as if a pitcher maybe cruised through the first wave through the lineup and got through the first 9 guys, maybe came out unscathed, looked pretty good, but you just know that this guy struggled second time, third time through. Maybe, his his production just decreases immensely. Those are the guys a lot of times I like to attack, these mid-level guys. And I'm not talking about pitchers like Verlander and Cole. I'm talking about mid-level pitchers, like Tristan McKenzie today, or some of the guys on the Tigers that struggle a little bit. Those are the guys I like to try to pinpoint. And yeah, you're right, Ryan. If it's a big underdog, maybe they could get lucky, get a 2-run bomb, and you're thinking, they're going to come back. The bullpen's going to blow it. But I do like to pay attention to bullpens. Some of these bullpens have been absolutely horrible. The Nationals bullpen is just bad. So, it's something to look at, when you start digging into these bullpens. Yeah, you bet on 2 halves of the game, the starting pitcher and the bullpen. So that's a good point, Ryan. Live betting is the way to go.
I think you could bet the house on the Guardians tonight. I truly do. I believe that. I know it's a big line. I just don't think the Tigers could stick with them tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to look here what the minus running. A lot of times when you get that money line, it's a big number. You can get it minus 1.5, and right now that's sitting at minus 118, which means they need to win by 2, obviously. Yeah. But the minus 118 means you got to bet $118 to win 100. So it's better than laying out $200. Well, actually, you'd have to bet $245 to win 100 for them to win. So I'll take the extra run and get a little bit better.
Scotty G, got a lock tonight?
Yeah, actually I do, man. There's an over that I like here in this Mariners and Rangers game. Marco Gonzalez, Martin Perez. The Rangers are really good against lefties. Gonzalez doesn't strike anybody out. Martin Perez himself has been struggling a little bit. And yesterday Seattle had a doubleheader. The second game of that doubleheader was all bullpen. So I'm looking at a game here that has all kinds of signs that we're looking at some kind of runs. Corey Seager's been absolutely on fire. So is Tavares for the Rangers. So I'm going to roll with the over here in this Rangers and Mariners game. I think we're going to see a softball game out there tonight.
Nice.
Awesome stuff. Thanks so much, Scotty. We appreciate it. Woodward Bet. Subscribe to them on YouTube. 4:30 weekdays here on Woodward Sports Network. Also 9 a.m. weekends. Woodward Bets on Woodward Sports Network. Give them a follow on Twitter as well at Woodward Bet. Scotty G, you rock. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you guys having me.
You got it.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
You got it. Hey, by the way, Inky Johnson retweeted our preview video.
Nice.
Oh, you did?
4,800 views on our preview video.
Nice.
Right
wow.
now. We usually get a couple hundred just on the preview video. Unbelievable.
Great dude, man.
Unbelievable.
I can't wait to get that content up for people to see it, man.
He tweeted to us, too. Make sure you go on there and like it.
I got a new phone now. I can do so.
We are going to take a break and come back with Madison's videos of the day. Some good ones there. And check it out on the Folding Warehouse as well.
That's right. Inky Johnson would love the Folding Warehouse. Everyone does. You got to get there and get there right now in Hamtramck. Make sure you ask for the man, Chris Hutt. He invented the game of football and bowling. Get there and you're going to have a lot of fun. You can have your own food or even have it delivered. A couple of ways to play as well. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation, $120. 2 hours to play, all on your own. It's less than $10 per player. The bar is open. It's high, as Marty Morningweg used to say. Over 100 beers, any drink you'd like to offer, they got it. And the $2 mystery beer machine as well. Get your fold on. For more information, it's foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron. Here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh, wait. It's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers. And if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Ciabattas, summer salads, and dip shakes. All at Big Boy. Try a chicken club, chicken cordon bleu, or sunrise ham and cheddar. All on our grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with our Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or Greek salad. And don't forget to cool off with a frosty hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. You heard it here first. Summer just got better.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the bottom line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Planet Fitness is inviting all high school teens between the ages of 14 and 19 to work out for free all summer long via the High School Summer Pass, and it goes all the way up until August 31st. Planet Fitness is home of the Judgment-Free Zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere with memberships starting at only $10 a month, or you can get the black card for $24.99 per month. Join today in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential,
very essential. So great to have Inky Johnson retweet us as we try to grow our network here as well. I mean, just such a great person, kind of helping along as we drive this ship here at Woodward Sports Network. Braylon, it is the time of the day we like to play
Maz's videos of the day.
And now it's time for Maz's Videos of the Day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
This poor guy, you literally knew it was his first time at an airport, and you literally knew what was going to happen in this video of the day. Check it out.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Is he on the belt?
Yeah, he is.
Oh my God!
Here he comes.
Oh my God!
There he is.
He's going to detainment, folks.
Here he goes.
It's his first time at the airport?
Obviously.
It's going to be his first cavity search too.
Look at that poor guy. He put himself through the X-ray machine. The baggage X-ray machine.
That's a kid. Is it fair to say that's an automatic cavity search?
I think so.
That's automatic.
But
You saw he was under the red line too. That's cavity search.
What airport? I have no idea what airport that was. It was empty.
Look for him.
Empty airport.
Yeah, it had to be.
Look for him.
Or from a really small city.
Yeah, that was.
By the way, you ever fly out of a Flint Airport, Flint Bishop Airport?
No.
It's phenomenal.
I hear that a lot.
I highly
actually.
recommend.
I hear that a lot from a lot
If
of
I
people.
could fly out of Flint Airport, Bishop Airport all the time, I would.
Especially if you have 4, 5, 6 in your family. It's very,
Little kids.
very cost effective.
It's amazing how you can get through that airport. It's clean. It's small. You park right up at the front. Very good.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. So check them out. All right, next one is the actual, everyone does the doggy paddle, right?
That's how you learn how to swim.
Yeah.
They throw you in the water.
This is incredible.
What is it? Aqua Tots? That's the new thing they have now where they teach kids how to swim.
Do you think Do you think I'm playing the video where the guy throws the kid in the pool?
Yes.
I'm not playing that one. You know why?
But you saw that one.
I did. I didn't play that one because I thought people might get upset if I played that.
Literally, dude threw
with his clothes on.
Yeah, the kid, grabbed him by his waist and threw him into the pool.
And the kid flipped over and started laying on his back, breathing. And they all clapped for him, and he just floated.
So my mom is watching, which she always is. She could comment on this. That's how I learned how to swim.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people do.
My dad had a pool in North Rosedale Park, played for the Lions, played for the Oilers, and my uncles.
Hello, Stan.
What up, Dad? My uncles live with us. Yeah, so they would throw me in the pool, and then when I start drowning, they jump in and save me. I mean, please don't do this at home.
Now, are you scarred?
No, that's how I learned how to swim. That's how I learned how to swim. I'm 7, 8, 9 months, and I start doggy paddling.
That's what they say.
I'll play that video tomorrow, but this is a real doggy paddle.
Okay.
That's how I learned how to swim.
Fine, good.
How cute is this little guy?
I love you, Tom Mazawey. You're sitting here with your microphone off, laughing to yourself.
How sweet is he?
You really did it.
Now look,
he's
gonna
life.
stop. Now she's gonna talk to him. And she's going to say, you want to swim some more? Come on, swim some more. There he goes.
Turn that down.
Aww,
Awesome.
I love dogs.
It's great.
Animals.
You should get a couple more, Maz.
I'm good. By the way, I got to dog sit Ryan's dog, Reese.
Yeah.
We fell in love with little Reese.
She's a good girl.
She's a good girl. It took her a while. The first night, she didn't want to get out of her bed. She was like, just out of sorts.
I don't recognize this place.
She was out of sorts. The next day, you couldn't keep her in bed.
She loved the Mazawey
She
family.
did. She did not want to go home.
How do you not?
How do you not?
So I'm taking her back to Ryan's house. I got her in the back seat in her bed. By the time I got in the front seat, she had jumped in the front seat already. And she took the ride home with me. She loved me.
She loves me.
She loved me. Then I took her in the house. It was so sweet.
Everybody I know that has dogs, like dogs are they live charm lives.
Oh my
God. They live. They're great, but they're great. So they deserve it.
good.
I love it.
All right, Maz, we'll get to more tomorrow.
You
I want to
bet.
see that kid get thrown to the pool tomorrow.
You bet.
Hell of a show here today, guys. I love you all. Thanks to
Back
Inky
at you.
Johnson, Scotty G for joining us. Braylon, get us out of here.
Hey man, appreciate it. It was a better show. It was actually a damn good show today. We appreciate you guys commenting, liking, subscribing. Once again, we do this because we enjoy to do it, but we do it better because we enjoy you.
Well, we get paid too, I guess.
It's true, but I said we do it better.
I know it.
Hey,
because we enjoy that.
How about some Phil Steele's football tomorrow?
Oh, I can't wait
there we
for
go.
that. Top 40.
Top coaches in the Big Ten next year.
Yeah.
tomorrow
Yes,
as well.
I am surprised.
There's a couple there's a couple names on that list where they're at. I'm like, whoa. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But another good show out of you fellas, man. Appreciate it. Flannel Sam, my man Fletch over there. Shout out to Fletch and Slam with
Great
their
job
picks.
today, gentlemen.
Not only is he great with the picks, though, man. He came with some heat today,
Yeah.
man.
Good
My
job.
man Maz on the couch sporting that amazing UNC powder blue Jordan. My favorite color ever.
I just need the Jordans on my feet now.
Hey, you know what? Christmas is coming.
All right.
Christmas is around the corner. My buddy, my brother, my man, my left hand, Ryan Ermanni, I'm Braylon Edwards. This is and will always be the bottom line.
Boom.